We got a Lexus LS 460 here for an oil leak around the valve covers. You can see how wet it is down there. Right there. Both high pressure fuel pump gaskets are leaking, so gonna replace that today. Gonna start by removing the two airbox covers. So I just attached the airflow sensors. I have to depressurize the fuel system, so we'll be getting at the fuel pump and disconnecting the connector straight from there according to the service manual. So luckily these rear seats are pretty easy to pull up, so you lift up on it and it pops right out. Disconnect the rear seat warmer, and then this cover, it's not bolted down, it's actually glued down, so I don't know why they did that, but this is the connector you're after. With that connector disconnected, we'll fire up the vehicle, let it run until it completely dies on its own. Just like that. Took a little bit, but yeah, she died. As a precaution, I'm just gonna relieve all the tank pressure like that. Cool. All right, now we can work on the fuel system. So here's where we're at. We got the fuel pressure regulator out, which is this. You want to replace those two crush washers. This is the part you do not want to spin right here. So make sure you have a wrench here and your wrench here. I've heard if you spin this side, the fuel pump side, then the high pressure pump's totaled. So let's crank that loose, and then we're almost at the removal stage. Yeah, there's definitely some fuel pressure left in there. Just gonna blast some air on all this debris here. I don't know what position the camshaft is in, so it might be pushing up against the fuel pump lifter. So I'm just gonna loosen these evenly. So there's the pump. That is our leak right there. So this gasket O-ring thing is pretty old, and oil is just leaking right past there, down the valve cover, all the way down to the bottom. Just be really careful if you decide to tap it. Or kind of just gently pry at it. Just be careful, the valve cover is aluminum. That's our leak. And to install the fuel pump, we want to make sure the camshaft, the lower part of the lobe is facing up. And then by turning the engine, we will see the cam lobe spin. on it just about here where it's flat. That way the fuel pump's not pushing against that cam lobe when we install it. So there's 3 gaskets we're replacing when the fuel pump comes out. You got 2 of these O-rings on the 2 studs here. You got the main seal here, and then the other gasket that sits on the surface of the pump. You don't need to hammer it or anything. You should just be able to push it down. Goes on there. And then the pump nuts are 18 foot-pounds, so we'll go ahead and tighten those. This nut calls for 22 foot-pounds, which I'm not going to be able to get a torque wrench in there, so it's just going to be by feel. Just going to throw another wrench in and tighten it. Okay, now put the fuel pressure regulator in with new gaskets. And with your 22, just crank this down. You don't have to hold anything. Yeah, you don't want to go too tight because it's a aluminum housing there. So there is a little stopper here that'll prevent the fitting from spinning. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna mark it. Put all the fuel lines back in, and yeah, that's it for this side. Attach all the wiring harness on all the plugs, and then onto the next side. And it's the exact same, so I'm gonna wrap the video up for now until I go and fire up the car. Okay, we got the front end all buttoned up. Fuel pumps are back there. Fuel pump. And then we'll prime the system and fire it up. Let's just pop this back in. Okay. Okay, we're gonna prime the fuel system a little bit. All right, let's see if she starts. She'll probably throw a check engine light because I unplugged the fuel pump, but we'll see. Starts right up. Got a check engine light as I expected, but we'll clear those codes. Check for leaks. No leaks. That's it. Grab the cover and whoops. We're basically good to go here. Okay, let's see what codes we have. Intake air temp, mass. Yep, that's all from removing the air box, so we'll just clear those. Okay, we are good to go, but I think he's out of gas. So that's it. The job is done.